everybody. I'd like to welcome you all to, let me get my banner together, the price section recap for January 19th, 2023. What's going on? What's going on here to learn and share? What's going on, Michelle? Hola, ¿qué pasa? That is Spanish for those who do not know. Hey, this first time tuning in to Tim's Tidbit, allow me personally, to say welcome. If it's not your first time tuning in to Tim's Tidbit, I still want to say welcome. But not only say welcome, I want to say, well, thank you for always tuning in to Tim's Tidbit. If you don't know who I am, my name is Timothy Lee Rogers Sr. I get on Al Gore's internet every single day, Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. Eastern Time to talk about the overnight price action. Then again at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time to talk about the price action recap. In the morning, we look back at the price action to see what did it do overnight in preparation for the trading day. Then at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time, we look back again to see what did the price do. Were we right? Were we wrong? Did we fall into a trap? Did we prevail? And then we just try to uplift, encourage, and celebrate one another. If that sounds like something that you like to do, why don't you hit that subscribe button? The experts at YouTube told me I haven't got to my 2,500 yet because I haven't been asking. I just saw something. It caught my attention. That was my wife tuning into the chat. Say hello to my sweetie. Say hello, sweetie. If that sounds like something you'd be interested in, come hang out with us. Subscribe, why don't you? Hit the like button while you're at it. Let's get into the chart, shall we? Let's talk about today's price action. Direct your attention here on that part of the screen. Hither. Today, what do we do today? Today, we went up and down and side to side today. I'm stretching this all the way out, right? Just to get today's price action in the screen. And when I say today, I mean all the way from yesterday when we closed. That's the last candle from yesterday. This right here is yesterday's closing candle at 1600. That is the New York close, right? These are hourly candles. This right here is the last candle of the ES trading day, right? That's the close. So we're gonna just put it at and this right here is the open for the day of trading. It starts the day before at 6:00 p.m. Right? So, what did we do today? We came down, then we went up, then we came down, then we went up, then we came down and tried to, we ran out of time. That's it. That's what we did today. If you were on the live this morning, we talked about the London session being a classic power 3 day where we started out, we consolidated in the beginning of the day, right? When we got to midnight, what we around these parts like to call the official start of the day. That's the New York start of the day. That's when the algo starts the day, if you will. Started coming down, poked above the New York open And then we sold off classic power 3: accumulation, manipulation, distribution. Because on the manipulation, you're looking to get in above, at or above the open if you're going short. And if you want to go, if you're going long on a power 3 day, you want to get in at or below the open, right? Voila. Then when we got to the New York session, that's where this handy dandy vertical line is, right? I don't know if you can see it, but it's right there. If I park my cursor there, the line that's straight up and down, don't pay attention to the horizontal, the vertical line, right? That's where the New York Open is, right there, right? So on the New York Open, this morning up until lunchtime, to tell you the truth, up until 2 o'clock, we just chop, slop, chop, slop, chop, chop, slop, chop, slop, chop, all the way up through the whole day, to be honest, right? So we went up and down this hour. 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 We went up, back down. We went up and down. We went up and down. We went up and down. Every hour, we're going up and down, right? And then look at, like, after we close right here, look at this humongous gap up, right? Look at that humongous gap up. We closed right there at the end of the day close before the hour break. And then when we open back up, look at that humongous gap up. We closed at 39.20.25. Then we opened up the new session at 39.24.5. So we gapped up. What is that? Almost 5 points. We gapped up almost 5 points, close to 5 points, 4 points exactly. So we gapped up 4 points. Nice little gap up. Let's drop down to a 15-minute and see if we can get a little more detail about the price action this morning. Shout out all the black spiders that was on the live for me today. If you look at this first from 9:30 over here, from 9:30 up until 10:45 there. See that there? You know what that told little Timmy Rogers? Do nothing. Sit on your hands. Right there. From 9:30 to 10:45. I say, you know what? I was bearish. I told everybody I'm bearish. I'm looking to go down, attack this sell side that we never got to. I was looking to attack this sell side right here, resting below. What is that? 38.91 for close enough government where I think it's 38.91.50 to be exact. But I was looking to attack that because we just sold off all day yesterday, all through the night. This is all day yesterday. And this right here is all through the night. Thought we was going down here to get that sell side, but no. The algo had different thoughts, right? So all this chop slop right here, nothing to see here, folks. Keep moving on. If you notice, what is that we're sitting on? What were we just resting on, right? Do anyone remember what I call, hey, my sweetie in the chat, y'all say hey to my sweetie. Ignore the eraser licker. There's somebody sitting in the back licking erasers. Pay him no mind. Do anybody remember what I called, what I said, not what I called, but what I said this, y'all can't even see it. Can y'all see that? Let me darken this up a little bit. Darken this up just a little bit. What is that area right there? Right there. Y'all remember what I said that was? Right. Let me go up here to give you a clue in case you wasn't on the live. Give you opportunity to say what it is without having to be present in the room to understand what it is. This rectangle right here. That one. Now you got a chance. Well, I'm sorry. This one right here. That's the wrong one. This one right here. That little rectangle right there. What did I say that was? What did I say that was? Let's stay on the weekly charts while I wait these 15 seconds for the delay to see if anyone is going to answer me or participate. Participate. Still don't see anyone. Let's talk about where we are in price. Where are we in price? We are still in the volume imbalance. Very good, Little Hawk. Very good, Little Hawk. Volume imbalance. See, I'm just here minding my business, listening to Shiny Forehead dude talking now this. It's a volume imbalance, right? Very good. A volume imbalance, right? It's a weekly volume imbalance, right? So we traded down to the weekly volume imbalance. Oh, let's talk about where we at before we go down and look at that, right? So looking at the weekly candles, right? We got the week of December 16th. We got this humongous tail. Would this be a tail or a wick? This would be a wick. On the bottom, I think they call them tails or shadows. And the top, they call them wicks. I call them all wicks. But I think when you look up the terminology, the top, they call them wicks. And the bottom, they call them tails or shadows. I say wicks for either side. This humongous wick, right? Let's look and see what consequent encroachment of the wick will be for this week, right? So, consequent encroachment for this wick would be 40, 74, let's just say 50, because it says 40, 74, 38. 40, 74, 50 would be consequent encroachment for that wick, right? Let's put a line there. Let's put a line there, shall we? What did I say that was? What did I say that was? Did I say 40, 78, 50? Did I say 40, 78, 50? Forty, 74, 50. So 40, 74, 50 would be consequent encroachment of this wick. Look what I just noticed. That's almost consequent encroachment of that. I mean, that's almost the mean threshold. Mean threshold is 50% of a, thank you, Red. Mean threshold is 50% of an order block, of a breaker, of a reference point. Consequent encroachment is 50% of some type of void, right? Some type of one-sidedness, some type of imbalance, right? Void. Thank you, Michelle Tucker. So mean threshold of this order block, this weekly order block, is 48.80. Right there. Pretty much close enough. These are weekly candles. So 6 points, 7 points. Who cares? Who's fussing over 7 points? Right? So right there. We're looking at that area right there. So to the upside, you have this order block, this daily order block that we bumped into, got a reaction off of, and start to pull back down. Another area to the upside, right? Because when we make a long wick like this right here, right, we make this humongous wick, right, and we started to push back up. You like to see price get to or below consequent encroachment on that wick and start to reverse, right? We had a daily order block right here. Price stopped and started to reverse. muy good for the bearish mindset. Muy good, right? Now that the muy good was acting out for the bearish mindset, right? Let's look at the muy good for the bullish mindset. Turn your attention, if you will, to this. And what do we call this right here? What do we call this? This red candle right here? That red candle right there? What do we call that red candle there? That red candle will be called, while I'm getting the mean threshold of that red candle, somebody tell me what that red candle is called. What's that? 38.78. Let's just say 25. 38.78, 25. Because it's got a 13 there. And I want that to come over here to, what's today? Today's the 19th. Let's go to the 20th. All right. Order block. Very good. Order block. Very good. Seawalk, Mendez, here to learn and share. Order block. Very good. Right? So we have an order block, right? We hit, we came down, right? Hit the order block. Look where we went to on the order block. We stopped and respected what? The mean threshold of that order block on this weekly candle that made this humongous wick. I'm doing all this on the fly right now, in case y'all don't know. If I sound like I'm all over the place, I'm sorry, because I'm doing it on the fly while I'm just reading the chart right here. I love to read charts like a steamy novel, right? So the next week, some people would call this type of candle to be close to a doji. Close enough to government work for a doji. I think the true definition of a doji is to open and close in the exact same spot. But this is close enough to government work for us to say, hey, that's a doji. But the doji is where? Right there at the mean threshold of who? The order block. Right? This is a bullish order block. This is a bearish order block. Right? This is a weekly bearish order block. This is a daily bearish order block. It's on a daily time frame. We'll look at that later. And this is a weekly bullish order block. So cancel encroachment. And the bearish order block is above price, mean threshold, and the bullish order block is below price. So when we got to the bullish order block, we came down, went below it, but the bodies of the candles are respecting this bullish order block. And it's hanging out right here at what? Equilibrium. Or as we like to say around here, equilibrium. And we know when it consolidates at equilibrium, because the market thinks that that is fair price. Hence, the doji. The doji is sitting right on equilibrium. So the market is like, hey, this is a fair price right here. I like this area. Everybody's cool with this price, right? So then we get some long wicks on these weeks here, and we start to move back up from what? This bullish order block that we have truly respected right here at equilibrium, right? And then we start to trek up, getting back into this very long wick, right? when we leave a long wick like this right here, if we're expecting price to continue down, since this is a very long wick on the top, we want to see it get to consequent encroachment or lower and just reverse course, right? And just reverse course. Like I said, muy bueno for the bears. But notice how we respected this order block, right? And coming back to that order block, when we left that area, right? When we left that area, what did we create again? Another order block on the weekly. Order block on the weekly. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. We created an order block on the weekly. Order block on the weekly. Yeah, 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 yeah. So we have an order block right here. The top of the order block is right here at the mean threshold of this order block over here. And then the mean threshold of this order block here is almost in the exact same spot as equilibrium or fair price or 50% or the middle of the road on the weekly. Then we left one volume imbalance there, to fight price, to support price, to keep price up. And then we left another volume imbalance, to fight price, to support price, to keep price up. All right? So we are in between. We are in betwixt even. Resistance to the upside. Super happy to see it stop and reverse at consequent encroachment or lower. A premium PD array. A nice reaction off of it. But we are coming back down. And we are running into a discount PD array. The volume imbalance. Another volume imbalance. And another order block. So we are still in the middle of the road. We're in the middle of the road. These are weekly candles that we're looking at. Let's go down to the daily, right? Looking at the daily, right? This is the daily bearish order block. That's the one I was telling you about, right? We never made it to consequent encroachment because we hit the daily order block and then we reversed, right? We reversed course. Now, looking at what price we'll want to seek out for liquidity, right? If you notice, we came down, poked below the volume imbalance, then pulled back up and stopped right there inside the volume imbalance. As of now, the daily price is respecting the volume imbalance. We have some volatility outside, but the closing price is respecting the volume imbalance. Puts us right in line with a daily order block. Teeny tiny one. A teeny tiny order block. Right? Right when we broke out of this consolidation. Right? We broke out the consolidation to the upside on the daily. Came here. Filled in this daily fair value gap right here. Hit this daily order block and then reversed. Yay, let's go down. Let's get this sell side liquidity resting below this consolidation. It's what all eyes are on. But we have to get through one weekly volume imbalance. It's putting up quite a fight. making itself a formidable foe. If we were to defeat this foe, we have another weekly volume imbalance right in line with a daily order block. I mean, we have a weekly order block right in line with a daily order block, right in line with equilibrium that we would have to compete with to continue down to get to this sell side liquidity below this consolidation. The sentiment is bearish. The sentiment is very bearish. But this is the time to keep your head on a swivel. Right? Right? Shout out the perfectionist in myself. Right? The perfectionist in myself, the opportunity for me to get into a new short position was on this day over here. Everybody know how I trade on my daily entries based off of PD arrays. For anybody who don't know, I'm going to explain to you and break it down to you now. Whenever we come up to a premium PD array, such as this, right? This order block was a premium PD array. But Tim, what makes it a premium PD array? I'm glad you asked that question, little Timmy Rogers. You see this little, you probably can't see it, but there's a blue line here. That's our weekly box bottom. There was a blue line over here somewhere, but we moved it up once we hit that. And this right here was around equilibrium for the week. So above equilibrium, premium, below equilibrium, discount, outside of the box, external premium, right? So we went into the external premium, right? We hit it. And on this day right here, we got a nice, strong rejection in the opposite way. We were coming up. We were bullish, bullish, bullish. We hit this order block. It had a nice, strong rejection. Everybody know once I see that rejection, it can be to the upside or downside. The very next day, I want to see price move up to some type of premium and then enter short there, right? This would have been very successful thus far, right? But coming into today, me not want to get in today, especially how today started out, like starting way down. Now, if today would have been pushing up, I would have been like, ooh, it's giving me another chance to get in. But since it started out like riding down, I'm like, nah, I'm good. I'm going to wait to see what it do. I'm going to see if it's going to bounce back up, come back up into this potential fair value gap and give me another opportunity to go short. Right? That's what I do on a day like this. Now, what am I looking for? Why am I saying all of this babble? Right? I am saying all this babble to say, if we were to give me an arrow, unlock everything. If, say between tomorrow morning and next week, let's say that we came down, took out this sell side liquidity up under this right there. I don't care if we hit it, went right to equilibrium, or just dipped below it, hit the order block, bounced off, came down to the high of this candle, the top of this order block, whatever. If we came down and hit this liquidity, right, and then started to go back up to this fair value gap right here, like this right here, right there like that. We came back up to this fair value. Let's say we came all the way to let's go to consequent encroachment on the fair value gap right there, right? I will not touch this until I get a reaction off of that just like this candle over here. It ain't got to be a doji. It don't have to be a doji, but I want to see my daily candle coming to this, or because if we take this sell side liquidity and we come back to this fair value gap, I do not want to try to short from this fair value gap unless I get a nice reaction off of this fair value gap here. I want to come up here. I want to hit it, and I want it to stop at consequent encroachment or lower, right? What's consequent encroachment on this fair value gap? Let's see. Boop, boop. 39.74.75, right? I need to go to 39.74.75 or lower, right? And then give me a nice rejection. I want to see it. It ain't got to be this long of a wick, but I want to see like a good rejection off of that. Like, get out of here, punk. You know what I'm saying? Give me a get out of here, punk rejection off of this right here, right? And then on the next day, I want to see it pop up to some kind of premium and give me a reversal signal on that day, and then I can go short off of that, right? That's how, if we were to take out this liquidity before going back up to that fair value gap that we made. Now, mind you, if we were to just say tomorrow or Monday, Monday, whatever, we went back up here to 39.74.75 before taking out this sell side liquidity, I will be chomping at the bit to go short when we got into this fair value gap. Why? Because the sentiment is bearish right now. And we came down and we came very close to this sell side liquidity and we did not take it out. So I will be chomping at the bit to go short there. Could I be wrong? Yes, I could. But that's the purpose of risk management, to give myself hey, I'm going to go short here. If we don't take out this sell side liquidity and we go back to this fair value gap, I'm going short and I'm giving myself to this high at whatever this high is right there. 40.34. I'm giving myself to 40.34. If we come back to this fair value gap without taking out this sell side liquidity sitting below 38.91.50. Right? And why am I saying all that? Because we are chopping around in the middle of the road. And I really don't like trading when I have no clear cut direction of where the market wants to go. If I have no clear objective, I really don't like trading. And right now we're stuck in between. We're stuck in the middle of the road. The market isn't being very clear of where it wants to go. It's just bouncing in between these areas. Right here, when we left this, it was like, we want to go up. But then we stopped and came back to the exact same place and then stopped. Right? So, for the breakout traders, right? When we left this area right here and we took off, hey, we're going long. For those who wait for the retest, hey, it's just coming back to get me. For those who's waiting for the breakout fail, that was you right here. Hey, we failed. We failed to break past this order block. It's time to go short. For those who trade trend lines, right? We can't leave out the trend line traders. I'm not a trend line trader, but I don't want to leave out anybody. I don't want anyone to feel left out. Don't want anyone to feel left out. Man, I got to go way back. Cheese and bananas. I thought I was going to say cheese and rice, didn't it? Well, I can't even get to the top. I ain't got enough. I ain't even got enough days on here to get back to the top. I gotta put some days on here. I gotta put some days on here to get back to the top. That's the top. Uh-oh. Give him a ray back. Boop. That's the top. Right there. Close enough for government work. Right? Right? Look at that. Close enough for government work. Trend line traders. We failed again. Every time we hit the trend line, we fail again. Right? Boop, boop, boop. Every time we hit it, we fail again. Failure to break out. We can't break out. Failure to break out on the PD array. We can't break out. Everybody is happy right now. Everybody can't be right. So when I'm not sure, I just sit back and I wait. I sit back and I wait. This right here would have been a beautiful short for me on this day over here, on the 18th, even on the 17th or the 18th. Beautiful for me. But now that we're going, no need for me to chase now, because we've come back to a place where the bulls are happy now. Whenever we're in between, I just chill out. Trade in accordance to how you want to trade. But that's where I see us being with the price action. That's where I see it. And if it just continues to slide on down and take out this sell side down here, you know what I'm going to do? Going to wait for some kind of sign when it's ready to come back and take care of all of this imbalances that it left. Because there's a huge imbalance there. If we keep sliding down there, it'll be an imbalance there. Whatever we make in between here, by the time, if we get down here past this order block right here, that'll then be a breaker. So that'll be a breaker to come back to that breaker and go short, maybe. It'll be all kind of stuff to look for later on. Right? Just want to share my thoughts on where we were and how I saw things. Look at all of these imbalances on the lower time frame that we're leaving back here. It's a whole lot of stuff for the market to want to come and get. There's a whole lot. There's a lot of bears right now. Like, oh, we are sliding. We finna come down and kill all this. And it's a lot of bulls sitting there like, look at all this liquidity we leaving behind. And we coming down here to some beautiful support. Shout out the people that like to look at, I don't know what you call them, but they like to look at what they call them, mental spots, right? 3,900, that's a mental number. 3,950, 3,980. These are like mental, like for some reason when it comes to trading, them zeros and them 50s, those are like mental numbers. Like we coming up on 3,900. We coming up on 3,950. We coming up on 3,200. We coming up on 4,000. Them round numbers, right? Came down around here around 3,900. Over here came down around 3,900. Came down here around 3,900. Dilly-dallying, trying to figure out what's going on, right? Do it look like we gonna complete this market maker sell model right here? That's all I've been screaming. We come right here. But once we complete the market maker sell model, what are we gonna do after that? I don't know. We're in the middle of the road. I yield my time. The market has no clear direction for me right now. Is it bearish? Yes, it is. Is it bullish? Yes, it is. Are we in the middle of the road? Yes, we are. right? And depending on who you ask, if people get stuck in their bias, they may say we super bullish. If people get stuck in their bias, they may say we super bearish. If you listen to the economists, speaking of economists, right? Psychological levels. Appreciate that. What you say? What if it doesn't do what you want and keep sliding to 3,800? If it keeps sliding to 3,800, that's what I said. If we come down here, I'm be looking for we got stuff down here that I'm be looking at the playoff of. Let's come back up here to the daily so I can show it, so I can see this right here. Right? So here we go right here. Right? We got 3,800 right here. Let's put this at 3,800. 3,800. So 3,800 right there. Right? We start sliding. Right? Whenever we get to, it's gonna tell you something when it get to somewhere. Right? So again, I said if we come back up, get into this fair value gap before taking out this sell side, yeah, chomping at the bit to short off this fair value gap. Because I like to sell as it's going up. Now, don't misconstrue this. If it's bearish and is going back up to a specific point that my top-down analysis has said, this is a PD array it needs to come back to sell off of. I want to sell as it's going up. That's why I say I want to come back to a premium. Right? Come back to the premium, to a specific spot. So I'm not just saying it just take off and I just want to sell because it's just doing this. Oh, we just gonna sell randomly because it's doing that and hope it come back. No. Comes back up to the premium array. Boom. Sell. Coming down. Let's go get this liquidity. And Jay said 3,800 right there. There's liquidity below this consolidation. Huh? Same place I just said consolidation. Jay said 3,800, right? If we come down, take out the liquidity up under 38.91, and then go back up. I need the strong reaction off of this fair value gap before shorting down to the 3,800. If it slides and never gives me any kind of retracement opportunity and hit that 3,800, I'm cool with that. Why? Because my preferred entry was here. And then it just slid without giving me another entry for my trading style. I needed to give me some type of retracement to buy the puts cheaper. I want to buy the puts cheaper, right? If it just keeps sliding without me, no harm, no foul. And once we get down there, live to trade another day. Live trade, or if it gets down here, take out this liquidity and give me another reaction to the downside. Hey, that make me a shorting opportunity. But again, if it gets down there without me, without coming back, no harm, no foul. I missed it. That's why my question is, what if it don't do what you want? I know you want it to come, but I'm saying if it keeps sliding. If it keeps sliding, bye-bye. Bye-bye. If it keeps sliding, bye-bye. Why? Because I didn't get my entry here. Like I wasn't even looking for an entry over here. But if I was looking for an entry there to buy some puts, right? this is where I would have been looking. But I wasn't even looking to buy no puts. I've been focusing on like day trading, but I ain't been looking to buy no puts or no calls. I ain't been looking to buy nothing. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm really scaling back on how many puts and calls I buy throughout the year. I'm really scaling back. I'm doing it like more of like a seasonal type thing where I'm looking to get like huge moves, like, you know what I'm saying, from like spring to fall type moves, or spring to summer type moves, or summer to winter type moves. Like, I'm looking for like seasonal shift type things, right? For my swing trades, right? Slimming those down. Quality over quantity. But great question, Zay. Great question. Don't forget about what you were going to talk about this morning live. Oh yeah, Mendez, do you want to pull up and share that what you was talking about earlier this morning? Mendez, drop a one in the chat if you want to pull up and share what you was going to talk about this morning. Do anybody got anything else? I'm like 16 minutes over. I just been running my mind. I just like the price action today was like, this was like a I consider this to be sort of like a seek and destroy day. I consider it to be sort of like a seek and destroy day, right? And the reason why I say that is because all right, I'm about to. Yeah, how your baby doing, Mendez? How is she feeling? How is Anna? How is Elsa? How are they? They go to link, Mendez. It's seek and destroy, really, because it's like we sold off forever, right? Then we gave people a false hope of going long, right? Here we go right here. We gave people false hope of going long. We bounced off this order block and went all the way up past equilibrium. Then we turned around, took anybody out that went long. Anybody that went long around here, you put your stop below this 845. It'll be 830 candle on what's the name, right? Came back and took you out the game, right? Anybody who went short in this area over here after the New York Open, your stop would have been at least above this 945, 930 candle on Trading View. Came back, took you out of the game, right? And then it came right back down to this weekly volume imbalance and rested right there on top of the support for right now. That's why I talk about the close respected the volume imbalance. So it was just like a seek and destroy. London was a power 3 day, beautiful sell short day. Power 3, beautiful short. New York, seek and destroy. Just took everybody head off. Took the Bulls and Bears head off. Decapitated everybody. Shout out all the black spotters that was on the live with me today. This morning, I was like, look here, man. I ain't doing nothing. They trying to kill everybody. I ain't doing nothing. What's up, Mendez? What's up, man? How the girls doing, my guy?
He's feeling a little better.
Say it again.
Wait.
Oh, yeah, you good. You good. Go ahead. Don't be on there looking like Chief now.
Okay.
You want to share your screen, or you just gonna talk?
How I do that? Hold on.
If you go to the bottom, it'll say like present, or it'll say I think it say present, and then you click it. It'll be like a little computer with a plus. Do you see like a little menu at the bottom? Where's
Yeah,
and then click it, and then it'll say like share. It say share screen. Then you click it. It'll say entire screen, Windows, Chrome tab, whichever way you want to do, and then click the one you want to share, and then it'll pop up, and I can put it on the screen. 15-minute frame. Is the 2 a.m. counter a breaker or mitigation block on trading view? Price can't read.
Can
All
you
right,
see
look
that?
at it in a minute. Yeah, I see it.
Okay. So, you want me to talk about the whole day? How I got my
Whatever you
buy?
was gonna talk about this morning when your daughter wasn't feeling good, you started trying to talk, and then you had to jump back off because she was like crying and stuff. Whatever you
Yeah.
was gonna talk about,
Okay.
whatever you want to share, man, just do your thing. If you want to talk about the whole day, if you want to talk about a couple minutes, if what the floor is yours. I'm shitting in my mouth.
1 minute. Let's go. All right. Okay. No.
That boy got more lines on his screen than Zay.
Da, da, da. All right. So, this is me at the London, at the Haitian. I come here. Um, all right. Okay. So, there you go. So, this is Asia.
Mm-hmm.
I see we take the love from Wednesday right away. We just take
Mm-hmm.
it and we we come consolidate a little bit, then we drop. Now we break market structure right here on the
Mm-hmm.
15 minute. Yeah. So we go up, we get internal liquidity right here.
Mm-hmm.
So that's telling me, okay, I want to go down and deliver it here. This is the low from
Yeah,
um
that 38.91.50. Yeah.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I'm here already feeling bearish. Plus Jamie Dimon talking he dropped a news like 5 in the morning
Mm-hmm.
saying that we're gonna go over 5% rate. So okay, I'm feeling good about shorting. So now I go to the 1 minute. So come here and I see we leave this right here. This is what I wanted to ask you. Where are you? Right here. Okay. No. Okay. Where? Dang. Okay. All right. This uh on that's the one. Uh, oh, this one. Okay. We leave this little gap, tiny gap at 419. You
Mm-hmm.
see?
Yeah.
Between 48. Wait. God dog it. Okay. Right here.
Mm-hmm. I see it.
So that ICT say mark that in your chart. So
Mm-hmm.
I did that.
Mm-hmm.
So we come in, breaking microstructure here. Boom, pina goes down. Okay. Now
Mm-hmm.
we're in New York. This 941, we tap it and drop.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And we live an imbalance. Okay. Uh, wait. Uh, okay. Um, right here, this imbalance.
Okay. Yeah.
943. So we come, we drop, breaking structure. So I tell you 10
That's when you were saying you was waiting to get picked up
Yeah, I was waiting right here. I have my order
Mhm.
right here, waiting to
at
get
that
picked up.
at that volume imbalance.
Just this right here because
Yeah.
this telling me it wants to go down.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, and we dropped like, boom. So okay, coming back. So that's when I told you, oh, I'm waiting to get picked up.
Mm-hmm.
So 10:07 come, drop, then it drop again. So boom, I take
Yeah.
profit at this low. It drop a little more, and then I leave a runner. I leave it running. It takes me back. It goes back again. It takes me out right away.
Yeah. The runner
But
got took
this
out.
candle right here. So so my my bias was bearish from the get, so, and
Yeah.
then you confirmed saying it too. So I'm like, okay, I'm
Yeah.
feeling good. Think we're
And
gonna be
I'm glad you showed me that. I wish you would have showed me that earlier because if I would have been paying attention
yeah.
to that price gap from the other
Mhm.
day, I would have had more conviction in taking the short this month when I was like, it's just chop slopping and giving me nothing solid. But if I would have had that on my radar and saw the reaction off of that void, it would have
Yeah.
gave me like that extra booster because I'm like, it ain't giving me nothing right now. You know what I'm saying? And like I
Okay.
was bearish, it was looking bearish, but it was too choppy for me. But I didn't have that extra confirmation that you had up there with that price gap, and that
But
would have sold
also,
it.
if you go to 15 minutes, um, 15 minutes. Let me see. 5 minutes. Sorry, 5 minutes.
On the 5 minute.
We left this gap
Yeah.
right here.
Mm-hmm.
Break structure right here. We left it, and we we need to come back to fill it. So that
Yeah.
gave me double confidence to go short right here
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
from this. And we also took liquidity here. I noted that. So
Yeah.
I feel good about shorting today. That's why.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was bearish too. I was bearish too. I cleaned up my chart too much. Took too much stuff off. And then matter of fact, I ain't even gonna hold you. I ain't even that wasn't even on my radar. I didn't even pay attention to it. I missed it. But one
Yeah.
thing I do want to say is you see how Mendez got that 38.91 fit on there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He got that marked on his chart too. It's like everybody be looking at this. That's why I be want to tell people, everybody looking at the same stuff. It ain't, you know what I'm saying? It ain't about Mendez being the best, me being the best, Zay being the best. No, it ain't about, it's just about people coming together. Like I said, hey, I didn't even have that on my radar. I wish I would have saw that. Cause it's like, I'm always trying to learn
Yeah.
from anybody. You feel me?
I should have told you in this in the live
Oh nah, man,
stream.
you gravy, man. It's all
Yeah,
hey, live
I
to
should
trade
have
another
told
day.
you.
But that man, if I'd have had that on my chart, that would have been confirmation how we reacted off of that. And you already know I'd have been like, I'd have been gone. I know.
Yeah.
Especially since it's like we had already had that violent move coming on the daily, dropping like that power 3 day. Man, it's
Yeah.
time to go short.
Then here, I thought we remember I told you I think we're gonna go for you to swim, but I'm like, we gotta go all this
Mm-hmm.
midnight open, Wednesday's low. I'm like, I don't know. So
Yeah,
I mean I made a little bit of money, not much because my runner got stopped out, but
that's
I'm
cool.
happy.
That's cool.
Yeah, I took like 13 points, 14 points.
That's cool, man. Hey,
Yeah,
you had your bias. It played out to perfection. Only thing that got
yeah,
stopped out was the runner, and the main reason why the runner got stopped out was because you paid your stop loss to do a job, and the stop loss
mhm,
did its job. Like you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
It
true.
ain't no harm, no foul, because the runner is just that. It's a run to see how much extra you can get. You already got what you wanted, and this is just seeing how much more gravy can I get on my potatoes. You know what I'm
Mm,
saying?
right. Okay. Yeah.
But
Well,
I do
thank you.
appreciate you sharing that with everybody, man. Mendez been killing it. Mendez been flooding the chat, giving everybody FOMO. Mendez been giving everybody FOMO, talk about, hey, I just got 10 points. Hey, I just how you baby doing, man? How you baby doing?
She got a little fever still.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. She got me sick too. I'm feeling funny too
Yeah.
right now.
They,
Yeah.
and then the sad part about it, doctor just gonna say keep them hydrated and if they if give them a fever reducer like children's Tylenol, it don't be much that you can actually do for them, but just sit back and wish you can make them feel better. But
Correct.
be praying for, you know what I'm saying?
All right.
But yeah, man, I
Thank you.
appreciate y'all for wait a minute, somebody had a question, man. Let me see what they talking about. Hang out with me, man. Just sit there and hang out with me, man. Don't go nowhere, man. Just sit there and look sick, man.
I have to put the big one to go to sleep right now.
Okay. All right, then.
Okay.
All right. Appreciate you, man. You said on the trading view. Let's check this out real quick, and then we're gonna call it, y'all. Appreciate Mendez for pulling up and sharing that walkthrough of his trade. That was a clean setup. Got the confirmation off of that void, that fair value gap in that void on the lower time frame. 215 candle on trading view. Okay, 215 candle. 15-minute time frame. Okay, 215 right here. This down close candle right there. That down close candle right there would be a breaker. If this is this is the 215 candle, right? This candle right here would be a breaker. And why would that be a breaker? Let's go in and inspect. Price respected it. The body of the candle respected it. It wicked above it with a little volatility, came up into this fair value gap right here, right? I think that might have been the same fair value gap that Mendez was just talking about, right? On the 15-minute. I think that might have been the same fair value gap that Mendez was just talking about. Right there. Let me change the color of that. Okay, so all right, so looking at this right here, make the candles bigger so y'all can see them. Okay, so this 215 candle right here, that's a breaker, right? What makes it a breaker? We coming down here, right? This low right here, this is the low, right? Then we take back off. This is the last down close candle up there, right? We come through, we break a high. We break a high right there, right? This is the prior high. We come back up here to this high over here, but we already broke this high. So we came all the way back to that high. We didn't break that high there, but we broke that high right there. So now this qualifies this as a potential breaker because this low broke this high. Bang! We broke it. When we came back down, we totally disregards this BISI and kept going, right? Heavy distribution. Now, once we pat this candle, makes this a breaker now. Now that's a breaker, right? Get the first kiss of it, came back to the breaker, sold off, right? This is the first sale of the breaker. Like that's the first touch. You can sell it off that first touch. Price goes and does its thing, and it comes back again to that breaker. The body of the candle respects that breaker, but it wicks up there and goes to consequent encroachment on this fair value gap, and then went up again just for good measure, and then one more time and kept going. But the bodies of the candle totally respected that breaker, and that is a breaker. And the reason why the breaker, the reason what makes it a breaker is because this low right here coming down on this price leg right here, because this price leg right here is broke down into a couple different sections. You got this section, consolidation, this section, retrace, this section. You see what I'm saying? And then once we got here, then we went up, and that low broke that high right there. Come back down. This 345 candle confirmed that that's a breaker. Then we sold off and came back to the breaker at 1415, 1430, 1445, 1500, and then Bob's your uncle up until the end of the day. Shout out FC for becoming a new member. Shout out FC for becoming a new member. Lil Hawk, hopefully that answered your question. If that answered your question, put a 1 in the chat. If it did not answer your question, click the link and pull up and ask your question verbally. While I'm waiting on Lil Hawk to put the 1 in the chat or pull up, don't put off till tomorrow what you can say today, family. Do not put off till tomorrow what you can say today. Shout out FC becoming a new member. All right, Lil Hawk of the gang. Don't put off till tomorrow what you can say today. If your loved ones are still here with us, let them know that you love them. And when you let them know that you love them, say it in their love language. Don't put off till tomorrow because you may not get tomorrow. Ain't nobody promised tomorrow. Don't do like little Timmy Rogers. Little Timmy Rogers never got an opportunity to say what he wanted to say to his dad. Never got an opportunity to take his girls to see their granddad because he kept putting off till tomorrow. Don't do that. If your parents are still alive, call them up, say, hey, mom, hey, dad, just thinking about you. My dad died in 2002. It's 2023. There's not a day that doesn't go by that I don't want to pick up the phone to call that dude. Say, what's going on, Dad? How you doing, boy? Shout out all the cousins that's dealing with loss, especially the ones who have recent loss. Especially the ones that have recent loss. I ain't going to put your business out there, but you know who you are. You know, I like to joke a lot on this channel, but I believe in love. My wife believes in love. We both are hopeless romantics. Y'all don't tell her that I said that. Don't tell her that I'm a hopeless romantic because she going to make me watch some more of them movies. But we are both hopeless romantics. That's why we used to shoot wedding films because we love love. If you got adult children like me, call them. They might not answer unless they need money like mine. If you got young teenagers like the giggling ones you hear back there, go in there and give them a nuggie. Say, I love you. If you got little tykes like Anna and Elsa, like Mendez, like the homie Zay. Zay got little tykes. He got tykes here. Let them know you love them and speak their language. Speak their love language. Because nobody's promised tomorrow. I appreciate y'all more than you know. I really do. I really appreciate y'all. And I will see y'all in the morning at 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time for the overnight price. Action. Till the next time. I'll take it easy, man. Enjoy your family. Enjoy your dinner. Gone.